Hi friends, this is our first safety lesson with Teacher Jamie. So we're going to go over today just some of our safety rules and our ways to stay safe poster. And next time we're going to jump into some fun lessons and stories about some friends who found themselves in some situations where they had to use our ways to stay safe and safety rules. Okay, so let's first look at our ways to stay safe poster. So this is a reminder to us of what to do when we're in a situation where it might not be too safe. So let's look at it. It says ways to stay safe. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stop and think. We're going to stop and think. Is it safe? What's happening? Is this a safe situation? What's the rule? And we're going to talk about a bunch of different rules. And then you're going to, if it goes against the rule, you're going to use words that mean no. Things like stop. I don't like that. And you're going to say it in a way that is strong and respectful. And we're going to go over that a lot, okay? And then after you've said no, you're going to tell a grown-up. Okay, and we'll talk about who to tell and all of that too. Okay, so that's our ways to stay safe poster, and we're going to look at that a lot. But first I want to go over some of our safety rules. Okay, so these are some rules that we have to help keep us safe. The first one is this one. Okay, what do you think is happening in that picture? The little girl has her hand up and she's saying, what do you think that hand gesture means? No, she's saying no to, what is this? A match or fire, right? So the rule is never play with fire. That means matches or lighters or any of that. So if you see matches or lighters, you're going to use the ways to stay safe and say no and tell a grown-up, right? Yes. And that is just so that you don't get burned and you don't, we don't want you to get hurt by it, right? All of these rules are so that you don't get hurt because we want you to stay safe. All right, here's another rule. This one, the little boy is getting ready to cross the street. But notice, where is his other hand? Yeah, he's holding a grown-up's hand. And the rule is hold a bigger person's hand when you cross the street. Okay? So you're always going to hold a bigger person's hand when you're crossing the street. And that includes parking lots. So if you're at school and you're walking from the car to school, you need to be holding a bigger person's hand because you're in a parking lot. Okay? And that's so that you stay safe. Here's another one. Get a bigger person's help before using a sharp tool. So before using knives or anything else sharp, you want to ask a bigger person for help. Okay. Here's one. Have a big person watch you when you go in water. And that includes in the bathtub or anywhere where you're near water, okay? Because even in a little bit of water, it cannot be safe, okay? So you need to have a bigger person with you, watching you when you're in the water, okay? Here's a safety rule for the car. Sit in a car seat when you're in the car. So you might have a car seat or a booster seat if you're big. But you always need to be in your car seat, and grown-ups need to be wearing their seat belts, right? And that's so that we are safe if something happens to the car and there's a car accident, okay? We need to be safe, and we need to have our straps right here need to be tight against our body. And sometimes that's not comfortable, but we have to have them tight so that we stay safe, okay? Here's one. This little girl she's asking about the dog. It says, ask the big person in charge before you pet a dog. So this dog looks like it could be friendly, right? But you know what? Not all dogs are friendly. So we need to ask the bigger person in charge if we can pet the dog before we pet the dog. Okay? How about this one? She's riding a bike, but what is on her head? A helmet. So this rule is wear a helmet when you are on wheels. So anytime you're on a bike or roller skates or a skateboard, you should be wearing a helmet. Okay? And here at school, we have bikes and we have little scooter thingies that you can use when you're when we have school here or at school, and we have helmets that you wear when you're using those things to keep you safe. And the last poster that I have here is, oh, what is this little boy doing? Again, we see the hand gesture of stop, right? But what is this? A gun, yes. So he is saying never touch guns, okay? So this rule is if you see a gun laying around, which you shouldn't, but if you see a gun laying around, we're not going to touch it. We're just going to tell a grown-up. Just like our rules say, we're going to think, is it safe? We're going to use words that mean no. So this little boy is using his hands to show no. And we're going to tell a grown-up. So if you see something like that, you're going to stop and you're going to go tell a grown-up that there's a gun laying there and it needs to be put away in a safe place, right? All right, you guys, that is our safety rules, and we're going to go more into depth in our safety rules and in some other safety issues in the next few videos, okay? So I will see you again next time. Bye.